I hope you all are well at your homes in this COVID situation. Okay, I'm saying very yes, so much yes. Okay, fine. So I welcome you to the Python Intermediate Essentials. In this session, you will be covering with the Python Essentials part. As all you know, Python is considered as one of the most popular and in-demand programming language. It's the need of the hour, you know. So I will be introducing you guys with our trainer, Mr. Gopal Singh. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Josna.
Good evening. He will be the trainer for our 3-day session, and you all guys need to just fill the attendance form so that you will be eligible for the exam, and only then you guys can get the certificate if you clear that exam. But for being eligible for the exam, you need to fill up the attendance form. The attendance form I will be sharing with you guys in the 20 or after 30 minutes. Till then you can wait. Okay, so let's start with the session today. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello everyone. Very good evening to all of you. So, can any one of you can actually confirm if this is their like first session with me or not? Like, if they have taken my sessions earlier or not? Is there anyone? Yes. Okay. PC
Yes.
is saying yes. Only one. First time. Okay. No. All right. Yes. Okay. And who the people who actually took my initial, sessions like for the data analysis and for the Django, please type which session did you take, like either you took like the Django or maybe data analysis. Okay, data which I remember you, Abhiram. Django session, Django. Oh, all right. Okay, sir, timing of this class. Thank you, sir. First time. Okay, we have around like 39 people here. Okay, and everyone seems to be like having a first time conversation with me. All right, and we will be actually looking into the Python intermediate. Okay, so to actually get something out of it, like get the best out of this session, you need to have some sort of prerequisites. Okay, so how many of you are actually aware of these, like the variables, conditional statements, loops, and functions? No, me. Okay, please let me know if you people are actually aware of variable, conditional statements, loops, and functions. Because if not, like it might get like over your head. Just an overview. Okay, how many of you have actually covered the basics of the Python, like even they have coded for like 2 months or like even for 1 month? Is there anyone? Me, 1 month? Yes, sir. Okay. So I believe even in the 1 month you people must have actually completed. Like I am talking about those who have some sort of experience, minimum of 1 month with Python, like variable, conditional statements, loops, and functions. And please tell me how many of you have no idea about what is variable, conditional statements, loops, and functions? Please let me know. First time, no idea. Okay, go on. Only Niharika. Okay, Pritesh. Okay. Basics of Python. All right. So it might get somewhat less then trickier because it is like the Python intermediate session. And I thought I would actually dive into the details how exactly the how much you people actually know about the list and arrays, because I am taking this information to actually decide what I need to deliver to you guys. Like how many of you know about the arrays, lists, dictionaries? Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Okay, how many of you know about how exactly the hashing works in that, like the underscore contain method, underscore items, those methods? How many of you know about it? Uh, okay, no. All right, so everyone seems to have like a superficial idea about like how exactly the list works and set works, like dictionary works. All right, so I actually wrote it down here, like the prerequisites for having this session is variable, conditional statements, loops, and functions. Since Let me actually take it one by one. Let me know if you people know about variable or not. Please let me know what is variable in Python. Okay, okay, all right, all right. What about conditional statements? How many people know conditional statements? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. And what about the loops? Okay. And what about the functions? Oh, oh, wait a minute. I think my string turned off. No functions. You don't know about functions. So we have around like 2, 3, 4 people, around 3 to 4 people who doesn't have any knowledge about functions, right? So okay, so what I can do here right now, like I will be starting with this, like I won't be covering here, like the variable part and what exactly the Python programming is, because since it is an intermediate session, so I wouldn't be doing anything, good to this session, like exposing you people to only basics of it. Okay. First, actually, let me know again, like how many of you actually want me to cover the basics of it as well, like for 10 minutes only. Please let me know. Yes, 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 yes. All right, all right, all right. Just recalling it. Okay, so I will be covering like variable conditional statements, loops, and functions. That's it. Okay. So let's start it. Let's get started. All right. So okay. People are coming. People are coming. Okay. So firstly, actually, let me know if you people can see my screen or not. Is my screen visible? Yes. Okay. And am I audible clearly?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. So let's get started. Okay. So Python intermediate, we would be covering Python intermediate. Then in next like 10 minutes, since you people don't have even the basics right now under your hood, so it won't do any good if I actually start with anything that actually had with the intermediate level. So let me actually reassign some of those memory synapses to your neurons. Like I am actually getting into the AI right now, but yeah, okay. So what I will be using here, I will be using my terminal. That's it, as an editor, and for that I will be using Vim. Okay, you can use anything you want. Okay, be it VS Code, be it Atom, be it Sublime. Okay, I will be using Vim. Right. So let's start. mkdir. I do have, I believe, like the scripts for Python. Okay, yes, I do. mkdir scripts. I'm just gonna move my then not move scripts. Okay. Okay. Now I don't have anything here. Everything has been assigned to my scripts. All right. So let's start it. So Vim basics.py. I just created a new file basics.py. Okay. Don't get confused or something like that. Like this is a Vim editor that I mostly use with my software development tasks, like be it for like data science, be it for my web development, because this is the editor where I actually feel some sort of speed when I am working. Okay, you will see it right now. So first, mm, let's actually see. Actually, make it like this is the basics script, right? So before actually proceeding to the Python intermediate, like for the overview, I can actually tell you like this is the like you won't be needing more than this in your 90% of the cases for any of your software development field, like be it from the data science, like data science really doesn't need that much of a software development phase, like but be it like your desktop application, web application, even like mobile application, this will be enough. I believe more than enough. Okay. So let's actually, before actually proceeding to this, and since we are having people who have little to no idea about like the functions, loops, and statements, so I will be taking around like the 10 minutes to actually complete everything. Okay. And please, if you don't get it at once, please Google it, because since it is a Python intermediate session, I really don't want those people to actually, have no knowledge about variable and conditional statements or loops or functions. So I'm just doing it for those people, guys. Okay. So if you know about it, please be patient for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. We will get into the like the intermediate session, and yeah, then we will be good to go. All right. So let's start it. So what is the variable? If variable is nothing but variable contains the value of a variable. Basically, variable contains the value. That's it. What exactly does it mean? Say you have a box, okay, and that box has a label of A, right? So I can drop anything into that box, and let's say you have three boxes, and box A, box B, and box C. And for box A, you are having fruits, bananas. For box B, you are having fruits like, let's say, tomatoes. Tomatoes are fruit. Okay, just a fun fact. And for box C, you could have like pears. Okay, so what type of box A does have? So this is like a data type. Okay, like a data that we are having in the box A is the banana type. Right. Data in the box B is a tomato type, and data in the box C is a pear type. Right. So putting that banana into that container is like the assignment operation. Right. We are just assigning those banana into that container. So same goes with this. We are assigning a value to the 12. We are assigning, sorry, 12 to the a. That's it. That's your variable. And now, since I actually mentioned as well, like the type of this, we can and in Python around we have around like 32 or like 28. I don't remember because it gets increased like every year or two. So last time I actually read like it was around like 29 or 30 keywords. But yeah, then always look up to the Google for that. So type A, okay, and actually let me just actually save it. And now I'm just going to run like Python 3, and what my file name is basics.py. So you can see what class am I having right now? Like end. We will going into the classes. Okay. So that's how you actually use the variables. Second thing is the conditions. Conditional statement is nothing but if and else. All right. So what exactly the if and else is? Say, wait a minute. So say I want to know like I have an age like 18, and I can tell like if I am eligible for the voting or not, right? So what I can say here, if age is what greater than 18 or equal to as well, basically this is an operator greater than equal to, right? And then I'm going to print, right? What I'm going to print, you are eligible, sorry for my mistakes of spellings, for vote, right? Elif, else, print, not eligible, right? So that's how your if and else works. Okay, so let's again save it and run this command, run this Python script basics.py. Okay, so what we are seeing here right now, you are eligible for vote. Because why? Because we are having around like age is equals to 18 and age is greater than equal to 18. Basically, this is nothing but evaluating a math equivalent of it. Like we can see 18 greater than equal to 18. It is true. It is true. Okay. And then when the moment is actually got true, it will going to enter into this block. And whatever actually statement we are defining in this block will going to execute eventually. Right. So what we have right now, you are eligible for vote. So that's what we actually got on our console, sorry. Right. And what if actually we remove it? like 17. So it is quite again quite apparent what we will going to get. So Python 3 basics .py, so not eligible, right? Okay, so that was your if and else condition. There is again an else as well, but okay, let's actually complete that as well. Let's say your name. Okay, name is equals to, let's say, what we can say, John. So if it is not true, if it is not true, so I would love to have like it is going into the next block of it. So what I can say, what I can use here, elif is again a new keyword in the Python, like not the new, but it is an existing keyword in it. So what I can say, age, if elif is age is equals to, let actually hard check it, let exactly value check it. If elif age equals to 17, okay, so what I'm going to do, print uh, we checked. Let's say just like this. Okay, and now just saving it, Python 3 basics.py. So we checked it. All right. So this time our execution went into this block, right? When we had the age around 17. All right, getting it? And next is, how many of you are actually aware of the Boolean operators? Please let me know in the chat. How many of you know about the Boolean operators? Even you people can even also raise your hands. Anyone? Boolean operators.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Many.
All right. First, me actually let me know, because if they know, if they don't know about the Boolean operators, okay, you people know about it, Boolean operators. All right. All right. Great. 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 Yeah. True and false. Okay. So then you people must have actually know about the gates as well. AND gate, NAND gate, OR gate, NOR gates, right? So let me actually ask you a question. What we actually get when we have the value of 1 and 0 in the gates, 1 and 0, when we are actually connecting it with the AND gate, 0, right? Yeah, it is correct. It is correct. And for 1 and 1, for 1 and 1, it will going to be 1. Yeah, you people actually are aware of it, like what exactly it is. So yeah, so you people are also know about the OR gate as well, right? Or, right? So either of the condition has to be true, right? So yeah, okay. So let's actually check it with the name, because we haven't done anything with the name yet, right? So let's do it. So we will going to actually perform here. This should only execute when we explicitly or we get the name John correctly. So let's say name is equals to John. Okay, let's actually misspell it. So according to our logic, it should not execute it, it should not be executed, and this should be only executed, right? So let's save it, and then Python 3 basics off. So not eligible, right? So we were right about it. So let's actually make it correct, and then again save it, and then Python 3 basics.py, right? So we checked it. So this time we actually went into this block, right? So yeah, that is how your and NOR and NAND everything works. We also have XOR in this, but I won't be delving into it right now since we have time constraints. Okay, so now this was the conditions. So the next thing that we had is the loops, right? Okay, so let's actually remove this first, because let's actually remove this. Okay, oh, or else we can always have it, right? Okay, no, no. Okay, so what is loops? So for, sorry, a basic loop is iterating over a sequence, right? And sequence could be anything. Like we have two types of sequences. One is the flat sequence, another is the container based sequence. And the container based sequence has like the more to do with the data structures like lists, tuples, and arrays and everything. And flat sequence we have like array, sorry, string, Uh, did I actually mention container in the string? No, string actually is a flat sequence. All right, byte array, array dot array, memory view, right? So there are two types of sequences. I will be delving into it more detail, but let me actually So how exactly we can perform a for loop here? For I in range of sorry range of 10. What I'm going to say print I. So this is basic for loop. What it says like in coding in Python is simply English, right? So you can literally read it out and make an intuition of your own. Like it is quite axiomatic what we are seeing right now. So for I in range of 10, what is saying like yes, given that like it actually starts from 0 and ends with 9, so 10 is always excluded for sure. And we are printing it out for like, so it will going to print out for like 0 to 10, 0 to 9, sorry. So this is nothing but your variable initialization, right? And this is the number of the time it will going to initialize by like the 10 times. That too with the start and stop and the stepping value. We will get into it for sure with the slices. Okay, so that is how your for loop work. So let me actually print this one as well. Python free basics.py. So we are getting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Quite easy, right? And now if you actually want to start it from 1, so we can have the value here 1. Basically now it is saying that start with this value. So range function, what it actually does is it takes from the start value, it ends with the end value, and then we can have a step value. Step value means by what step a sequence should be skipped. Okay, so when I actually write it at 2, so it will going to skip the two values out of it, like for every sequence value. So it will just going to jump from 2 steps, every 2 steps. Okay, so let's actually run it. Python free. Oh, sorry, my bad. Save it and run it. Python free. Uh, basics.py. So you can see like for every 2 step we are jumping it. Okay. So that was your range function. That was your conditional statements. And am I missing something right now? Functions. Okay. What is functions? Sorry if you people actually feel like I am blazing through it, because I had been actually informed by like you people have already covered the basics. So I assumed it. Okay. So please let me know if you are having any sort of problem till now as well. Okay. If you haven't got anything that I just taught you, we could actually take 15 minutes extra as well, no issues whatsoever. But please let me know if you got it right or wrong. Okay. Any questions till now? Clear. Okay, clear. Okay, okay. All right. So that was your for loop basically. And now comes with the functions. All right. So your function is nothing but it actually increases the reusability of your code. All
So,
right. Yes.
there is one question from Kshitij. Can
Yes.
we change the interval from 1 to 0.1?
1 to 0.1. No. It will going to give an error in that case. 1 to 0.1. This, this, Kshitish?
I think yes.
No, it will be an error then. In that case. Okay, you can see for yourself. Okay, like we will not get anything. Like the float object cannot interpret. Basically, range what it does, like it only takes the integer values, right? And yeah, I actually did not tell you guys one thing. Like we can always, you know, go with the reverse mode as well. How exactly? Like this, 10 to 1 and then -1. So basically now we are taking the from now we are actually starting from the 10 and then we are decreasing in the sequence round. Okay, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So when I actually save it and again, Shritish, please let me know if your query got resolved or not. Okay.
So, he's saying he want to print like 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, like that.
Okay, not no issues. Sure, you can. Let me actually. Can anyone tell me how
And
exactly it can be done? Sorry. Yes.
and one more, like we can also do this part in negative numbers.
Yeah, we can do it. Like we have to perform like a block based operation. Like in whenever we actually enter in this block, then we can do it. Okay. So he actually wanted to print this. So there it is. Python free basics of .py. So 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. All right. Okay. Okay, Shitesh. And yeah, so that was your loops, guys. Okay. And now next we have is the functions. Okay. What exactly the functions? Say there are actually two types of functions in Python. One we actually have like the simple defined keyword, and other is the lambda, which we also call an anonymous function. Right. So anonymous function actually starts with this lambda. We will going to look into it when we will be dealing with the filters. Okay. So how exactly it is useful? Let's say you are asked to make a table of two. Okay. A table of n. Say table of n. Okay. Say and tell any range that you want. Let's say n values. Okay. I just actually missed that. Like I just put that value. So, and we actually want to multiply it with every value of 2 whenever we actually, range of 1 to, sorry, 1 to 10, sorry, 11, print and multiplied by 2. Okay. So, first thing was like, how many ways you could have done it? Like, first thing was you could have done it like writing your first function. Let's say someone actually asked you to write a table of 2. So yeah, okay, you would be like, okay, it is not a big deal. You will just going to run a for loop for like 1 to 10, 1 to 11 for 10 times. Given that you only want a table from 1 to 10, okay, till the 10 values. But what about like for 3? But you can see the pattern is like every time we actually going forward, we are multiplying it with the 2, right? So you can see whenever you actually write the code, it actually gets multiplied by 2. So say someone actually asks you for like 50 number of tables from 1 to 50, then you wouldn't actually write the code, you wouldn't actually write the for loop from 1 to 50. Well, in that case, what you can do that you can create a function for it, because you can see that the pattern is repeating right now. Okay. To actually eliminate that repeating pattern or increase the reusability of the code, we use the functions. Got it? Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So just again W, not W right now. Actually, I haven't actually called it yet. Print table of what, and let's say 5 W and 3 Y. And okay, my bad. Actually, must have actually. Okay, my bad. How exactly we can do it? From like n multiplied by 1, 5 multiplied by I. Sorry, my bad. Sorry. So 5 1, 5 2, 5 3, 5 4. Okay, I just didn't mention like there were so many twos on my head. So that's why I did 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Right? You are getting the point. Okay. So that's how we can actually make the code reusable, and that's how we actually use the functions as well. Okay. So that was a bit of an overview about how exactly we can use variables, conditional statements, loops, and functions. Okay. Everything is clear now. Like I just cleared it in like 10 minutes or like maybe 20. So please let me know if it is clear or not. And if it is not, then you people have to actually wait for till like, some time. Okay. All right. And multiply that. Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. All right. So you are getting it. Okay. So your prerequisites has been filled. Now you must know like now you actually can know what exactly uh, we can do with this Python intermediate session. Okay. So what we will be covering in this session in next like 3 days. So first thing is like the data structures. how exactly a data works, a dictionary, then object-oriented idioms. Like it is not the part of the data structures, but when we will be dealing with the functions as objects, then that time we will be needing it like that time. So I am going to cover it up in some manner, and then after it we will going to learn about the classes and protocols in more details, sequence hashing and slicing, how exactly the abstract base classes work, inheritance, operator overloading, concurrency models in Python. Like this is the most important session, I would say. Like you could have it like that as well, like, but this is the most important. Okay, please don't mess it out at any cost if you can. Okay, so let's actually start. Okay. So as I actually mentioned, how many of you actually know about the arrays? Please let me know in the chat. Sorry. Please let me know in the chat how many of you actually know about the array. Uh, me. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. We have a lot of people who actually know about what is the array. Okay. So what is an array in the is array in the Python is same as C or C++? Please let me know who can actually answer this question. Anyone? Like I really love the Python array. No, yeah, exactly. And what is the index data structure? Same, yes, sir. Yes, it stores the same data type, but in C, C++. But when it comes to Python, it can store any sort of data type, like beat, string, beat, boolean, beat, integer, beat, float. You can have any values in your list. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. And what are the flat sequences though? Like how many of you have heard about the sequence types? Like we have heard about the arrays. We have heard about like only the arrays and lists. But how many of you know about the container sequences and flat sequences? Anyone actually have heard about these two terms? No, 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 no. Yeah, okay. So this is actually something new to everyone, I believe, right? Okay, okay. So the container sequences that you actually use in the list tuples and deque. Okay. So actually the name actually says it all, right? Whatever the actually we put into the container. So container actually whatever the value it actually holds. So how exactly a container works, be it for like list, be it for like tuple, it holds a reference to its own element. Okay, whatever it actually have it in its own container. Like we can have around like sorry, we could have around like the array, and I'm going to how many of you actually have covered this like the now anyone have any problem with the basics? Anyone? No. Okay. All right. No one. So I'm going to create a new file and which I'm going to name sequences. All right. Okay. Sequence.py. Okay. Do we need to know the basics for this? What basics? iPhone. Like, sorry if I'm telling you iPhone, but the name is iPhone right now. Okay. Uh, it is actually in the right corner. It is in the right corner. I am actually going to, all right. Okay. So let's say we have an array. Okay. One, 2.5, A, and true. Right. So what I actually like about the Python, like it can hold any sort of data type in it, right? Like it does, and it is actually beautiful, right? So this is what actually is your container sequence. We will get into it more detail. How exactly? How many of you know? You people actually must have actually know about like if we actually do print array of one. Okay, it might actually seem in like the basics to you, but how many of you know like how exactly we got this value and what was actually happening inside it, like why it was taking with the value, like why this array actually, why its array indexes actually delegates to this superscript, why not parenthesis, and how exact and what method it is actually calling inside it, like whenever actually we put an index into it, it actually fetches it, like How many of you know about it? Anyone actually cared about it, like how exactly it is going? Like that is the actual motive of this session. Like you may know about the list, you may know about the tuples and everything, but how many of you know, how many of you actually delve into the details of it, like how exactly it is working under the hood, right? So that is what we will going to see. So what it does, like to actually give you a superficial knowledge of it, like we have dunder methods. Dunder methods, sometimes it is called special methods as well, and magical methods as well. Uh, all of are the same thing. Like the dunder is basically the short for the double underscore. Okay. And how many of you know, first of all, tell me, know about the object oriented programming, because it might actually come handy. How many of you know about it? Like be it like for any case, be it for like C++, Java, JavaScript, Python, it is all the same. Yeah, yeah. Oops. Okay, great. Little bit. Okay, it will do. A little bit also do. Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. So let's actually see it in the action. Everything like the container sequences. This is your container sequence. Okay. So whenever actually someone says now like is it is a sequence, so ask them that what sort of sequence it is. Like you need to be specific since you are opting for the Python, and if you are see yourself coding in Python for next for like 3 or 4 years more, so it is better to know about the mechanism that is going on under the hood. Okay, always. So instead of actually making this, let me actually create a new way of defining an array. Like you people must have actually know about this sort of array, but what I actually like to define from the user's perspective, when someone actually wants to enter the data like this. I'm telling you, like you people know about your arrays. You people know about like how exactly the array works. But how many of you know like we can give array in this way as well, like right? Okay, so what exactly the map is, what exactly the input is, and I believe like you people must have actually come across this function for short dot split if you have heard about strings and you have worked with the strings, right? But what about the map though, and what about this list though, right? Why are we even typecasting map with the list in the first place? Okay, so first let me know in the chat like how many of you know about the map. How many of you know about the map? Anyone? No, 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 no. Map in C++ is totally different from this. Okay, please don't get confused with this map. All right, no one knows it. Okay. Okay. Uh, so let me actually break it down. I'm just actually telling you how exactly you can take the array as an input, right? First method could be like taking the array as an input. Like, let me actually give you the example of it. First, what it could be. Okay. First, it could be like this. Then for I and range of, like I don't know how many times you are going to give it for that. Then again, you have to mention a new integer for it. Okay, say input, and I'm going to mention please enter the number of arrays, right? Okay, then we are getting the n value here. Then I'm going to loop through that n value, like how many elements do I want in my array. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, array dot append, sorry, append input. Okay, right, or better actually make it much more cleaner. I can do values equals to input, like say enter the array value. So array value of, let's say we will get it to the index of f string as well for sure. I array of index I. Okay, and we are appending it. Okay, and now let's print the array. Okay, so first method was like this. Like I really don't like the way I actually did. Like I like more better approach, more optimized approach. I will going to share it with you guys. Okay, so let's actually print it out and save it and Python free sequence.py. Okay, so what it is asking right now, please enter the number of arrays. 5. Okay, enter the number, enter the array for the index what, 0, say 1, enter the index for 2. Okay, I should have actually given some sort of space, my bad. Okay, so what we are getting right now, 1 2 3 4 5, right? That was the first way actually, and still we are getting. And again, if I actually see you, if I actually make you see like what value, what data type we were getting there. Okay, can anyone tell me what sort of data type, let me actually one one what sort of data type it actually holds? Can anyone tell me in the chat, like what is the data type of it, this, these elements, what is it? Anyone? String, 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 string. Not int. It is string. It is string. Some people are still getting the int. No, it is not. Okay, it is string. All right, and the string. So now, what we need to actually do in order to actually convert this value into the integer, we need to typecast it, right? And well, right, and then again save it. Python 3 basics dot not basics. In this context was actually sequence. Okay, sequence.py. And again, let's do it. Like I would love to, like I have only 5 values again. 1, 22, 34, 45, 21. Okay. So now you can see we are not having our values enclosed by the double quotes that we were having earlier, right? Okay. So now we actually mapped, just actually notice on my words what I am saying. Now we just map our in string values to the integer values. All right, that is what the mapping was, like the typecast. Okay, so now actually I would love to have this value. I would love to have this array in much more optimized way. Just forget it. Like, please don't do it in this way. I just showed you. I just showed you like how exactly it is done in the wrong way. Okay, it was actually the wrong way. All right. So not don't do it in this way. Instead of let me actually just comment it out for every line. Okay, and instead of doing it this way, actually I also let me mention here, don't do it this way. Never. Okay, so instead of doing this way, what is more optimized way? So let's see it. Okay, array list map and input dot split print array. That's it. Instead of writing this jargon, we are done with this one simple line of code. Okay, and let me actually show you how exactly. And instead of actually writing it here, let me put some sort of message as well in the input. Enter the array values. All right, and actually let me have 2 new lines. Basically, new lines means we are pressing 2 times enter. That's it. These are the new lines. Okay, save it and Python 3 sequence.py. So enter the array values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now you can see like we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all those in arrays. So what steps we actually refrained ourselves from doing? We didn't have to mention 2 times this, like the input, this input, right? We didn't even had to, typecast the values as well. So what exactly going on the under the hood? Let me actually tell you. So basically, map is nothing but your generator right now. It is actually working like that. What it does, like it takes the input value, okay, and then it splits it out. So what exactly is happening under the hood, like this, like sorry. So maybe we are having values like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And we are telling our, this string to perform an split method on it. So the moment we actually perform an split method on it, what we will get actually, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. But the condition is, but the thing is like we get these values in string. And now I want to map these values into the end, right? So what I do, like, let me actually take these values and map it out to the end. But yes, of course, just remember the way it actually, the typecast work, you just cannot map ABC to int, right? Just don't do such experiments, okay? So that is why I'm performing the map. And if we actually perform it like the, we just actually do like, sorry, just remove this. If we actually remove this like the array method, we will going to see some sort of message from the generator. Let's actually see like what exactly we will be going to get it, right? Okay, so Python 3 sequence.py. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So you can see like we are getting a map object, right? Okay, and it actually generates an iterable after that. Like how many of you know, I don't know about the iterable or not. I will going to get into it, like iterables, how exactly it works. But yeah, to convert into iterable, we just have to typecast it with the list value, well, sorry, with the list keyword. So that's how we actually get this. So that is the way, am I okay, that is the way we how we actually can initiate our arrays in much better and optimized way. Okay, all right, clear. Okay, how about the list
Yes, sir.
comprehension? Yes, yes.
There is doubt, like in the val input, while you're inputting the value, by f is used there.
What?
Uh, in the loop, while you input the values for the array, by f is used.
Okay, yeah, okay, this is actually the f string. Actually, I am getting back to it when we are going to the flat sequences just after it. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
actually, okay. So I actually just me actually give you a simple overview. How many of you actually know about these strings in the first place? Please let me know in the chat. Please let me know in the chat. Like it will be much more better. Okay. Okay. Only two people, huh? I know. I know. I know. I know. Yes. 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 No. 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 We have no yes as well. Okay. All right. Okay. So whenever we actually write something like, say, this message that we just wrote, it is a string. So your string is nothing but the character sequence. All right. Let me actually make it a quick, brief about it as well. Just let me actually brief about it as well. Let's say I actually s is equals to the string in itself is a huge, like not huge, but is a considerable amount of topic. Like you need to delve into it. The string has several methods as well, like dot upper, dot lower, slicing, and how many of you actually know about these strings beforehand? Like, I want to know, like, it will going to otherwise create going to some sort of problem. Like, sir, which Python version you are using with it? Is it Python 2.x or Python 3.x? I am using 3.x. No, no, no. Okay, okay. All right. So let me actually brief you about this string as well. Is there anything else that you people haven't understand till yet, like other than the string? Please let me know in the chat then, because it might get somewhat more complex in the, you know, as we proceed. No, sir, till now is clear. Append. Achha, okay, okay. Append, please explain. Okay, map. Map will come when we will be discussing about the maps and reduce and everything and filter. Clear everything, clearer everything. Okay, okay. So let me actually understand you like in the mm, mathematical way. Let me actually draw a Jamboard for you guys. Okay. I'm just giving you an intuition, not about the under the hood mechanism. how exactly the map works right now. Okay, so please bear with me. Okay, so say if you are happen to come from a mathematical background, okay, so you must have actually heard about these sets, right? So let's say we have a set of string values 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, and the data type of this set is string, str. I'm just writing it out, str. Okay, and now what I actually want to do, like I would love to have these values into the integer. So for that, I have an intermediary function called map. And what it does, it takes a sequence. All right. Just see this as a sequence. And we just saw the sequence, right? We just saw what sequence? Container sequence till now. We haven't actually touched the, flat sequence yet. But we have seen the container sequence, right? So the moment we actually say like, let me actually convert this sequence data type into like the, integer. So what we can do here, let's see. I'm going to use the map, and map what it does. Okay. Map actually uses the first function. Sorry, why it is not right. Okay. First it actually uses the function. I'm glad you people actually asked about the map. Okay, first it actually uses a function, any sort of function. Second, it actually uses a sequence. Right. And what sequence did we have? What sequence did we have? We had around like 1, 2, 3, 4. That was our sequence, right? That we are actually inputting in the second argument. Right. And when I am saying the argument, I am assuming that I have cleared out the definition, like so not the definition, but the methods of functions. Right. When we were having the chat about you people are not aware of the functions. So whatever we actually put into the defined then parenthesis, that is eventually an argument. Okay. So this is again a method or a function which takes the sequence. And yes, there is a difference between a class method and a class function, which we will going to see it. Like I just told you, like this is just not intermediate doesn't mean the complex. Intermediate means actually the understanding of the mechanism that is going under the hood, right? We maybe are aware of how exactly the land, how exactly we can use the land function, like yeah, or land keyword, right? Or list keyword, but we don't know about the internal mechanism, like what must have actually a developer thought of while creating it, and how exactly we are able to access those values with the superscript. Superscript basically the square, this square bracket. Okay, that is your intermediate level. The moment you actually get your hands more and more on the basics and more how exactly it was built, the better you actually get at it. Okay, so this is your class, sorry, this is your map method, and it actually takes a sequence and then function. Okay, and this function could be anything. Okay, and why exactly I'm telling the function, because end can be work as a function as well when we actually want to typecast something into it. It takes arguments, just remember that. So anything that actually takes here, like actually let me actually give you a more example. Let's say we have an array. Let me actually just print, you know, comment it out. And this is actually the comment, single line comment. Okay, just remember this. So let's say we have an array, and I want to, uh, print out every square of it in an array. Like first thing, like I will just going to loop through over the entire array. Then I will going to access the every value 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to going to append those values by squaring that. Then we're going to return my array. That is a that is actually your traditional approach would be, right? So what could be your second approach though? what it could be. Let me actually give you a much more detail, much more better way. Okay, so before actually understanding this, let's say this is actually your anonymous function. Anonymous, sorry for my spelling. Okay, anonymous function. So what it does, anonymous function is your lambda. Okay, lambda x, say x square, sorry, x square. Okay, so the moment I actually say print x of 2, okay, sorry, save it, and python sequence.py x is, wait a minute, wait, I actually did not define it. Let's say f f of f of 2. So this actually becomes more of a, you know, uh, mathematical thing now, right? So f of 2. Now let's just save it and again run it, python free sequence.py. So now you can see that we are getting 4, right? And that was, this is our, you know, 1 2 3 4 basically. So that is how your anonymous function works. So what I am doing here right now, taking a you know, initializing an argument and saying like whatever we have an argument, just return it with the square of it and give it and storing it in the this f variable. Okay, and now this f can take any number of, not number of any integer right now, it can also take the floats as well, no issues whatsoever. Okay, so now since now you people have the knowledge of f, okay, let's use this f into the map now. Let's use it. So array is equals to, not array, let's say result. Okay, so map list f and array. All right, so we did this and I want like array res. This will going to return your map of whatever the thing we had, like the with the map. Sorry. My bad. Edit anyway. Edit anyway. Okay, so where it is, where it just went. Python free sequence.py. Okay, let's actually see. So we are getting our map object, but not yet our, you know, that square of thing. So let's actually convert this into an iterable or a list. How exactly we can do this? Just typecast this value with the list. So actually make you see we are doing it. So I am doing it here, list. Let's save it again and Python free sequence.py. So now you can see we are having the squares of it, right? 1 4 9 and 16. Okay, so that's how your map works. I may have actually cleared or may have not cleared yet. Please let me know in the chat if you are, if you have some sort of knowledge about now about the map or not. Please let me know. You can write a function whenever you get a blank space up and it's simple attendance link. So but it gets split only by word by word. Any questions why we have used lambda? Lambda is an anonymous function. We could have used the define as well. Okay, you could have used the define as well. Can explain one time, sir. Feeling difficult. It could be difficult initially because it is somewhat like the intermediate thing. Okay, let me actually give it somewhat, you know, better taste of it, like and much more detailed way. Let me actually see it. Define f x return x. Python free sequence.py. Okay, so now we are getting the same result. So now instead of lambda, how many of you are actually aware of this now? Please let me know. This is actually, this should be actually easy for you now, guys, right? Now get it? Pardon, sir. Yeah, Urvashi, what is this? Please tell me. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Now get it? Yes, sir. Okay. So now you know what was the lambda was? Like lambda was nothing
Sir,
but your anonymous function. Yes, Josna, you were saying
um,
something?
yeah, one question.
Yeah, sure.
How can we split a sentence?
Split the sentence. Which sentence? We just
Like,
splitted the sentence earlier.
okay.
Okay, I really don't. Right. Please let me know in the chat, like how many of you actually took the Python's essential basics class. Please let me know in the chat. I am seeing the chat right now. Amal Shayak, PC, Ikram, okay, Asula. Okay, so for those who did not take the class, it might seem difficult at first. Not, I am not basically because it is a new thing to you, right? Right. So now since I actually removed the lambda and replaced it with the simple function, how many of you actually understood this code now? Please let me know in the chat. Me, no, I'm studying. No, which part you did not understand? Please let me know as well. I did. Me. Understood. Okay. So we have people like who actually understood it. Okay, Arpita. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I did. Okay. So lambda is nothing but your anonymous function. And since I did not complete your essentials, I'm sorry, but like I assume like you people must be having some sort of basics of Python. Okay, so that is why I was actually prepared to actually make you somewhat more skilled than you are right now. That was my initial effort. Okay, so now since you are having trouble even into understanding of these concepts, so please let me know in the chat like how many of you actually understood it so far clearly, like no issues whatsoever. So we can actually proceed further with the map function sequence. I know something about Python. Yes, sir. Now it's clear. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. So we can actually proceed, right? Okay. Okay. So let's proceed now. So flat sequences. So flats up. Now we will going to deal with these strings, bytes, and memory views. Okay. And out of these, I believe the string is the more like we have not seen the list comprehension yet. Okay, sorry, actually we have not completed the string comprehension either. We just actually learned how exactly we can initialize initialize an array without actually writing this much of jargon instead of this line. Okay, now actually delve into the okay, it might take some time as well. Okay, so now actually let's you know more of list comprehensions, then tuples, of course. And is my voice clear?
Yes, sir, it's fine now, but in between it was breaking, but it's fine now.
Okay. So let's say you have an array. Okay. And now what you want to do, you want to append this array with square from 1 to 10. What is your first approach? So let me actually approach one. This is your approach one. This has to be your approach one. Okay. And now what you will going to do, you will going to use the arrays append method. Okay. And please guys, if you don't understand something, since we are having time constraints, so please Google it out and ask me in the next session. Okay. And even ask me like in the comment box of the YouTube's video. I will try to explain it. Like I will try to give feedback or every time, like whenever you actually have a doubt, I will try to clear it out. Okay. Please let me know. And array is equals to this. We are having an empty array and I want to populate it with the square of from 1 to 10. Okay, so 1, 4, 9, you're getting the point, right? So for I in range of, this is my first approach, right? 1 to 11 array dot append what Okay, so that is your first approach. Seem that bad, but if explicitly that we are creating an array, I will just the moment you will see the approach to, you will get the gist of it. And let's actually print it out. Print array of this. Okay, and save this file and Python free sequence.py. So we are now have the square from 1, 4, 9, 65, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100. All right. So how exactly we can do it in much more readable and optimized way? So we have an approach to as well. Approach to how it could have been done. Say I, just be with me guys, for I in range of 1 to 11. Right. This is same as this, but much more. I mean, like the intent is explicit right now. If you see, it is quite explicit that we want to. It is quite readable as well. So just read it from the right to left, from every block that you see. Whatever we actually want to append goes in the first place of the array. I wouldn't call it an index because it wouldn't be right, but first place of the array, like whatever we want to get appended, you will going to define, you will going to mention it here. So I want to append the square of each value in the sequence, so I am mentioning it here right now. All right, so for I in range of 1 to 11. Yes, Josna. Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, I thought you were saying something.
Okay.
Print array. Okay. So save it. And now, okay, actually, let me, give it another name because it is also array and array one, right? So now save it and Python sequence.py. So you can see now, right? We are having the same results, but it is more readable. When it is not more readable, like it has its own pros and cons. When you want to just you can even perform conditional statements here as well. How exactly you can do it? Let's say if, just after this, if I mod of 2 is equals to 0. Okay, so how exactly it is similar to this? So what we can do, we're like if I mod 2 is equals to 0. So we are taking just the even numbers, right? Then I would love to actually append it, right? Okay. So it is same as this. You can see like how much of a readability it has, right? So when I am going to again save it and return it, Python sequence.py, again it has the same values, 4, 16, 36. So when you don't understand it, like you can always go into the reverse mode as well. Like what you are having the first value, if, then go into the if. Like that's how actually I learned it. Like how exactly I learned it. Let me. I used to also had some sort of trouble with this, so I would go with this for I in this. Okay, I will read this, and then after that range 1 to 11. Then again I will read this. So if I mod of 2, sorry, I mod of 2 is equals to 0, then whatever I actually want to get appended, it should be where to put it here. We can put into the first place, right? So that's how you can actually practice it. Just go with the one block at a time and list it out here. Okay, so that way you can actually make your list comps, what we call it, list comps or list comprehension. Okay, so what it is nothing but list comprehension, right? Actually, all right, so it was nothing but your list comprehension, this one, right? List comprehension. All right, So sometimes where could be the problem is like, what if, and don't do somewhat like this, like you have around like two or three for loops in here and two or three if statements, then this could actually become a jargon to understand, and it could actually also become incomprehensible. So please don't do it and use your old for loop, because there are no hard and fast rules. Like I just told you like how exactly the list can be defined in two different manners, right? So I am telling you that there are no hard and fast rules. You could use this one or you could use this one as your situation suggests you, right? But if you are having one variable or two variables, just use this one. Actually, it makes much more readability. It enhances much more readability. But when you actually want to, totally up to you right now. So that was your list comprehension. Getting it? Okay. Okay. Right. So that was your list comprehension. And then we need to understand the list comprehension generator sequences. And we just saw the generator and sequences. And let's actually see the filters as well. Okay. How exactly the filters can be used on this. Okay. Okay. I need to take questions because we have like around 20 minutes. I will take questions in next 2 minutes. Please let me know. Please prepare your notes. Or like, please prepare your questions if you are having any. And last like 5 minutes or two, I will be taking it. I will be taking those questions. So let me actually say like array I squared or I and range of 1 to 11, right? And I will be taking the filter with the map reduce and everything. Okay, so array reduced. Okay, so how exactly we can even filter it out? I would love to filter it out on the base of if my array consists of, say what is the maximum value of it? 10 square 100. Okay, and what would be the middle value of it? Like the if we actually see the median, like it could be like 4 or 5. So 16. So I would love to have the values before 16. Okay, so what could be my first approach? Okay. So before actually diving into this filters and generator sequences, I would love to take questions beforehand. Like we could actually, stretch our session for next 10 minutes more. Instead of 7:30, we can end it on 7:40. But first, let me actually take questions. If you have any, guys, please let me know.
So, one have a doubt,
Yeah,
like
sure.
what operator we can use instead of I exponential operator that star 2.
What operators can be used in the place of I? Okay,
Um,
we can use math.pow. It is not an operator but a module. Okay, and yeah, that is it. Right. Any operands? Yeah, Josna, any question?
yeah, Priya Fatima is asking like mention the syntax. I didn't get which syntax she is asking about.
Okay, the math part that you were asking.
Yeah, maybe. Please.
Please drop a text like anyone who are having. Faria, no
Okay.
sir. Faria, if you are having question, please let me know. Any operator of math method. Sure. Import math simple, and we have math.pow. Okay. And if you really write, like, I don't know if I should actually just tell you right now, but try to code on Vim. It will just going to give you, feeling of a feeling of a programmer. Like it is quite fast here, and we can literally get recommendation of the methods and everything. Okay, print and let's say math dot power, and I could have like two to the power, let's say 3, Python 3 sequence.py. 2 to the power 3 is 8. Get it? Okay. Please let me know if I've cleared your doubt or not with the math module. Or okay. Arpita is asking, is for loop or list comprehension faster? Is for loop or list comprehension? List comprehension is faster, Arpita. Okay, but it also always boils down to the a number of variables sometimes. But yeah, list comprehension is much faster sometimes. But like if we are having comparable in terms of like number of variables, there could be the slight differences. But when you are having like two or three variables, then list comprehension will be faster. Can we use idly? Okay, yes, you can use ideally for sure. 8.0 ID float. Yes, it was float. And okay, okay,
So Mohan has a question.
yeah.
How to remove in the list map?
How to remove what?
How to remove in list map?
Sorry, Josna, I didn't get Mohan's question. Mohan, could you please write it down? How to remove list map? Remove an element. We have not covered the list yet. Okay, we are just we are just getting started with the list. Okay, all right. So yeah, any questions? Why print 8.0 float value? Because math module gives in the default manner. Okay, that is why. Sir, how to remove list? How to remove in list map the strips? How to remove square brackets in list map? The square brackets. Remove. Where are we using the map? Like where have I used the squares in the map though? I don't see any like squares in the map. Please let me know. I maybe sorry if I am getting your question wrong or something, but please let me know. And again, guys, I'm telling you, like we have not covered about everything about the list yet, and I was actually uh, hoping for something else. All right. Okay. Okay. This was your print. Why only use parenthesis? Because it is syntax, right? Uh, why only use like as Hindi has its own grammar, English has its own grammar, Telugu has its own grammar, and even though like the way every is language being spoken in some parts of India or maybe around the world, every language its own grammar. Okay, so that's how the programming also works. Like a programming language could talk in Python, Java, JavaScript. Okay, yeah, okay, I got it. Sorry, please, I actually remember you. Clear. Okay, all
So
right.
one question, is
Yes,
list
sure.
mutable? Is
Is
list
list
mutable?
is list mutable? Yes, it is mutable, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
We have not cleared, we have not completed list yet because I honestly I was hoping for like having some sort of Python background initially. If you actually see my slides, I did not prepare, like I did not I was actually not expecting like this sort of like the beginner level, honestly. Okay, I thought like there would be people who were, you know, can you share tuples is immutable? Yeah. So I couldn't understand this, sir. I square for I in range. If sure, Surinder, I square. Please, Surinder, answer this. Did you understand for I in range 1 to 11? Basically, I mentioned it here. Like, if you actually see this part, I want to print without the square brackets. Okay, you want to print it without square brackets? Yeah, sure. That actually comes along with the exploding part, Mohan. What you can do here, yeah, sure, and now I get your question. What you can do here, just remove this. You are actually asking questions about one or two slides after. Okay, okay. Print array and separator, not separator, but the and with this. Okay, when I actually save this and Python free sequence.py. So now you are getting the values without the squares. Now get it, Mohan? Please let me know if you get it. This is actually called the exploding. Yeah, now I knew it. Like people will ask like what the star is. So please try to understand. Like don't jump from one slide to sixth. Like it could be tedious. Like for me to make you understand how exactly it is working. So Amal, it is something called a concept called exploding the container sequence. Basically, just imagine exploding it. Right, just explode the square bracket of it, and we are just spreading the values out of it. Okay, so that is, it is something like to do with the exploding of it. Okay, so that is it for the questions, guys. So I think like I need to complete the excluding by it, not excluding but exploding. Okay, yeah, same, not same. Excluding and exploding both are different, right? Okay, all right, so now we have not even completed our sequences yet. Okay, list comprehensions, we have completed the list comprehensions. Now using the map and filter and unpacking and list and tuples. So first actually understand the we have seen the list comprehension and generators. Where we saw them, we saw it here. Like this was map, okay, including brackets and list. So let me actually create another, let me actually create another file because it just got so much of jargon in it. Okay, and I'm going to create another including bracket. Fem. I'm going to say fem sequence sit one seq dot one dot py. All right. So now I have a new file right now. Okay. Please, Tirtha, please, everyone, please wait. Okay, we are actually verge on the time collapsing right now. It is around like 1.3 1.5 hours, and still I am actually willing to stretch it for more 15 minutes to solve every doubt. But please at least let me complete the flat and container sequences, so you could have better problems, you could have better problems, right? So please let me actually finish it. So where exactly we were? Okay, so we actually saw the list comprehensions. We saw the generator sequences. How many of you can tell me like we saw or not, like with the generator sequences or not? Like did we or did we not? No problem, sir. Okay, did we or did we not? Where we saw the generator sequences, we saw with the map. All right, now we will be seeing with the filter. Okay, so let's see it. So array 5. Okay, I want to filter out this value. Like let's say I have an empty array, and I want to filter out this array where it only gets divided by 2. Or let's say this time I want to actually see like if the value is not divided by 2, right? So what I'm going to say for I in range, not range. Yeah, now it comes like how exactly you can loop through over a sequence as well. So let me actually, go through it and let me tell you how we exactly can do it. Print I. Okay. So you can, like a range, we can also loop through a sequence, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the moment we actually save it, and we will just going to, sequence, like the sequence 1.py. Okay, and let's run it. So we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? The same sequence that we had here. Okay, all right. And yeah, that's what I actually wanted to tell you. And now I actually want to like see if my values are being divided by 2 or not. And if it is not divided by 2, then I want to append that value into the res array. How exactly we can do it? So if I mod of 2 not equal to 0, all right, basically not divided by 2. Okay, so I want to append that value with what? I. print res Python print sequence dot py. So I have like 135. So we are getting 1, 3, and 5. Okay. So now let's actually do it with much more Pythonic way. How exactly we can do it? So now we can have second approach. Let's call it first approach. Okay. Let's call it first approach, right? Approach one. And the second thing that you can have, sorry, approach two. Okay. So array, instead of doing this, actually let me write a simple statement here. Let me see if you can actually get it or not. Rest2, let's stop, filter, okay, lambda, x, x mod of 2 should not be equal to 0, and the sequence. Print rest2, Python 3, sequence dot py. So we are getting the same values, 135 and 135, right? From 135 we are getting here, and from 135 we are getting from this single line. So as the name suggests, filter basically filters the sequence with a function. Since the function is returning, what exactly the function could be here? Can anyone tell me what exactly the function could be here? Instead of writing this, how exactly we could have wrote it? Anyone actually can tell me in the chat box? Let me actually see the chat box. Define x exactly. So return true. So like you have to check. Like there is also a simple, more simplistic way. Return true. Basically, it is returning the true, right? So yeah, you can write with the define x. So how many of you actually got this? Like actually, let me actually make you understand first, right? So list, we saw the map, right? Initially, now we are seeing the filter as well. So filter is basically filtering out the sequence, right? That actually name actually says it all. Okay, so we are just filtering. And why am I actually a big fan of this function? Like because it is much more readable. To be honest, like I really don't want to. You can try like writing a function for define x. Like I don't see that in much more Pythonic way, right? So yeah, so I write it this way, and this is same as the map. Not same as the map, but the method or mechanism per se, right? That is how it can be interpreted as. Okay, so that was your lambda. That was your how exactly you can use it with the map and how exactly you can use it with the filter as well. So now since we are aware of the list and comprehension, that will be presented much better. Sir, can we use lambda in Italy? Yes, you can lambda in Italy. Sorry if I'm calling it Italy, but yeah, that's what I actually call it. And I believe everyone call it Italy as well, right? I never got the correct pronunciation on it. Like ideally, someone says Italy. Virender, by the way. Okay, okay. Hi, Virender. I am Gopal, by the way. Okay. And you people can literally drop the sub for me. Gopal is fine, honestly. Okay. All right. So that was your list comprehension generator and sequence. Okay. May I know like which IDE you are using, sir? I am using Vim, Niti. Vim. All right. It is quite like not Vim. I am using Vim. Vim. Okay. Yeah. It is my favorite editor. You can use Sublime as well. You can use PyCharm. You can use VS Code, like I don't prefer VS Code for like is writing my APIs. It's like, Spider. I don't prefer Spider though. Like it takes lots of memory, and sometimes PyCharm I am using. Nano is best. Nano is also good, and Jupyter. Yeah, you can use Jupyter. And please, guys, don't use Anaconda Jupyter. Like it takes a lot of RAM, a lot. Collab again, Chrome, and Chrome literally sucks out of your 99% of RAM. All right. So yeah, so that was your generator, all right, with the sequence. And please let me know in the chat, like I am stretching this session for next 15 minutes more. And please let me know in the chat, like if you actually got the comprehension and generator right or wrong. First, clear your basic, then you can use any ID. Yes, exactly. Yes, clear. Yes, clear. All right. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. So let's say, all right, okay. So now, and we also use the map and the filter as well, right? So yeah, unpacking the list and tuples. I haven't gotten to the tuples yet. Okay, and I will be getting into it. So well, the ones I actually complete the list in the first place, because the thing is taking long and long. I don't know why, but yeah, please let me actually finish the list in the first place, and then we can come back to the tuple as well, right? Let's do it, shall we? So using map and filter we did, unpacking the list and tuples. So as I remember Mohan asked the question, right? How exactly so we can actually explode this? So unpacking lists or tuples both will going to follow the same mechanism of having the star value. So when I'm actually just printing it out, let's actually print only this. So we are actually having 1, 3, and 5, right? So instead of printing both, I would love to actually just make it right, much better, right? So how exactly you can print it out in a manner that you can explode it. That's what I actually call it, exploding the any container sequence. Okay, so Python 3 sequence.py sequence 1 this time. So 135, and I would love to actually remove. So removing means basically exploding it. Just think like exploding it, like when you actually put a bomb, like some sort of sutri bomb. I don't know what we call it there. In we call it in Hindi sutri, basically the cotton bomb, but that we actually fire upon the Diwalis. So just consider these elements are your sutri bombs, and whenever you try to explode it, they just get exploded it the moment we actually remove the superscript of it. Okay, and the way it gets exploded, yeah, explode. The word is explode. Explode. The word is explode, right? So how exactly we can even explode it? First, actually, let me save it. So you really don't have to do anything in that case, in that regard. You just have to put the star in it. Okay, so the moment you do it, just save it and Python 3 sequence 1.py. So yeah, now you are getting the exploded values. Now you don't see 1 comma 3 comma and square brackets, right? You are just seeing the values. Okay. Sorry, my net is slow. No issues, Sushil. Okay. And now what about like having values separated as well? Let's actually end it. Let's actually separate it values. Okay. With the new line, save it and Python 3 sequence 1.py. So now you can separate these values with a new line as well. All right. So that's how you can do it. So this was the exploration of as well. How many of you actually got it? Please let me know. Yes, Shiv Shakti is saying yes. Me. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. All right. Again, sir, one more time. All right. Yeah, sure, Kevin. You just really have to put a put an asterisk in front of a sequence. Basically, list is your sequence right now. You are putting an asterisk here, and then after that asterisk, you are putting a sequence, which is a residue. Then after that, separator basically means the moment you actually explode this, not explode, like explode this, how exactly those values should be rendered out on your console, like on your output interpreter, right? So that is how we are doing it with the separator. Get it, Kevin? Please let me know. uh, okay, sir, I couldn't understand lambda line, sir. Lambda is an anonymous function. All right, Shobhan. All right. So if you don't get it, it's totally okay as per now. But lambda is an anonymous function where you don't have to mention its name. Like we did it with like the define and somewhat like the define, and there is a difference between the lambda. Okay, we will going to understand this in much more detail in this section. Let me actually let you tell you. Function decorators and closers in the day two. And honestly, I actually was planning to dictionaries and sets. And uh, let me actually ask your, moderators and everyone, like, can we actually take the sessions for 2 hours straight? So that way we can somewhat clear out everything that I am actually writing it out here, right?
Okay, so
Not now, Josna. Like in the next session. Like I would love to have the authority of other people's as well.
yeah, sure. We can get asked from the sir, and then we can continue tomorrow, like
Yeah,
2 hours.
sure. We
Yeah.
can continue. So, is there any question like I'm taking for next 2 minutes? Sir, exclude or exclude? It is explode. 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 Right. Explode. So one is saying. Any question? What is done by filter, sir? I just told you. Like you can let you can just filter out any sequence, especially like the container sequence. And what is filter? I just told you. And is SEP is equals to no, and SEP are both different, Virender. And does lambda pass only one parameter argument? No, it can take two or three as well. Can you please explain the print statement? What print statement you did not get, Niti? Please let me know. What exactly you are not getting it? Like where? Like we are literally printing out the output. That's what actually print statement does. Okay. On the y slash in, okay, Gautam, we are doing it actually printing out on the every new line. If we don't do it, we will get the values like this Python 3 sequence. Okay, if we don't do this, we will get values like this. So it is actually in the same line, and you can see new line. Basically the thing that you are explaining is the scape. Yeah, Amal just explained this to you. Okay. Yeah, tab is also can be used, but tab will going to indent it more. That's it. So not a new line to give a space. Yeah, it is done. Is it done today? Yeah, unfortunately, it is done. Which topic should be covered on tomorrow's session? These are the topics, Arpita, which will be going to cover a lot of topics. There are a lot of topics. Okay. Sir, is Jupyter Notebook good or I should do anything? Yeah, Mufaddal. Sorry if I actually took your name wrong. Yeah, you can use Jupyter Notebook. Different between and SAP. Basically, how exactly you explode it, and if you want to end your every statement, like if you want to print out ABC, and you want to add some sort of hyphen in front of it. Let's say uh, okay, quit it and Python 3 print A print B. Okay, and now what I can do instead of this, I could use and with sorry like this. Wait a minute. I think it actually got wrong. Wait a minute. I'm getting wrong. It has more to do with the how exactly you actually render the how exactly you actually render your output on the console. That's it. I actually never delved more into the and or dev, and or SAP differences. I know more about the separator because it helps you to render out the value that you want to deal with here. So yeah, etc. can be passed over there. Yeah, may I know the okay. So that is it for today's guys. Okay, I hope you learned something new. All right,
Yes, sir.
and yeah, that's it.
Okay, guys, I'm also sharing with you the attendance link once again. As you all know, attendance is mandatory for being eligible for the exam. So please fill your attendance. I'm also sharing it once again so that you guys can fill it. So please fill it. Exam will be details and all the things will be mailed to you, and also you can see on the community or on our website. From there you can. Okay, thank you so much, sir, for such a great session, and thank you also, guys, for cooperating with us.
Okay. So,
Uh,
Josna, is there anything like I need to do before
yeah,
leaving?
yeah. Wait, sir, I'm sharing with you the attendance link.
Yeah.
You need to fill the form. I'm just sharing. Just a minute.
In case anyone actually would like to actually reach out to me, they can have my LinkedIn, right?
Uh, so you get the trainer's attendance form.
Not yet. Where did you send me? Okay, now I got it.
Okay. So should we end now?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, guys, and thank you so much, sir. Bye bye. Have a
Bye
good
bye.
day.
Have a good day. Yeah, sure.